How are you feeling? You got John Riggs here, and you're watching Chris, the old-ass retro gamer. This time on YouTube, not just through his Venetian blinds. You pervert.
Hey everybody, Chris the Old Ass Retro Gamer here, and welcome to day 23 in the Licensed Video Game Challenge. So a game that properly represents the license it's based on. That's not something that happens very often. Usually when you have a licensed game, it's like loosely based on the movie or television show or whatever. Sometimes it works as a prequel, sometimes it works as a sequel to whatever movie it's based on, or it's just a video game that was sprite swapped in order to fit into a license that the company that made the game has bought. Like Universal Soldier is really a Turrican game that just had some sprite work done to it to turn it into a Universal Soldier game. At no point in that movie did Jean-Claude Van Damme roll up into a spiked ball and start rolling all over the place.
I just want to eat.
But when you have a game that actually feels like the movie in which it's based, through and through, it's kind of a rare thing. And there's one game that comes to mind immediately when someone says that to me. Like, name a game that is just like the movie it's based on. You're gonna laugh when you see what console this is for, but that's why I'm here and doing this series of videos. Krull on the Atari 2600. So Krull is one of my favorite guilty pleasure sci-fi fantasy movies of the early 80s. I saw it at the drive-in. I've absolutely loved it since I first saw it. So much so that my dad bought me a copy of this game as my birthday present that year. It immediately became my favorite Atari 2600 game of all time. Still to this day, I consider it to be the best Atari 2600 game I've ever played. So what is it about this game that works for this topic? Well, it's because it actually follows the plot of the movie. As with any other Atari 2600 game, this game does not have levels, it has screens. And each of them is a different play style, which I think is pretty fantastic. So, the first screen is the wedding scene from the beginning of the movie. Colwyn and Lissa coming down to the altar, and then the place gets invaded by the Slayers. So the whole point of the first screen is play as Colwyn, take out as many Slayers as you possibly can, racking up points with each kill. But eventually they're going to overwhelm you, because more and more start coming down. You can't move that fast to take them all out. Eventually they're going to get to Lissa and kidnap her. Game moves on. Next, you are in probably what is the weakest part of the game, where you are on horseback, riding across the countryside trying to get to the next stage, and as you do so, one of the glaives will appear on the ground, and as you pass over it, you have to like hit the button fast enough to be able to get it just at the right pixel and hit the button and pick it up. And you can do this multiple times because you can go back and forth between stages. The next screen is the Widow of the Web scene. You have to get to the center of the screen where there's this glowing box. You start at the edges. There are webs moving all over that will push your character all over the place. You can jump over them to avoid them so you can make progress, all the while avoiding the spider that is creeping all over the web trying to get to you and will kill you. I do believe there's 8 exits total on the stage. When you get to that glowing box in the center of the screen, one of those exits will be highlighted, and that is where the Black Fortress will appear, because the Black Fortress moves every day. And one of the things that you have to keep track of is that there is a sunset icon at the top of the screen that shows you when the sun is going down, and when the sun goes down, the Black Fortress moves. Once you get to the center of the web and find out where the Black Fortress is, you need to get there as fast as you possibly can before it changes location, because if you end up at the wrong location, you'll go back to the web and you have to do that all over again. So once you find out where the Black Fortress is, you get to that exit, you go, you do another horseback level. So you get to the Black Fortress, you have the glaive in hand, Lissa is behind a wall that you need to chip away at with the glaive, but the beast is standing between you and her, trying to block your shots as he shoots fireballs at you. Once you chip a hole through the barrier, Lissa will give you the flame of her love, or whatever it was in the movie. Then you have to use that to shoot the beast, kill him, game over, start it over on a harder difficulty level. It is very straightforward, and it feels like the movie. This game was the first one that I played where I was like, yes, that is how you do it right. This is how you make a game fun based on a movie, and not feel like something that has just been thrown together to make some money. The people who actually made the game saw the movie and picked the best parts of it to put in the game. That goes a long way with me. This is probably one of the reasons why I like licensed games as much as I do. If you are able to pick up a copy of Krull and you have an Atari 2600 or a Retron 77 or whatever, I recommend this game with every fiber of my being. Go and get a copy of it, you won't be disappointed. And watch the movie too, it's cheesy but awesome. And there you have it, day 23 in the Licensed Video Game Challenge. Kaput. Done. finished. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're enjoying this series so far. Let me know what your thoughts are on the idea of this whole series. I want to hear what everyone has to say about this topic. Maybe a response video is in order? Wink. Make a big 31 topic video covering all of them. I'd love it, but I don't expect it. Like I said, there's no pressure to do any of these types of things. At the most, how about you leave what your choice would be in the comment section below, because I just want to hear what people have to say about these topics, which is why I'm doing this series of videos. So until tomorrow's new topic in the Licensed Video Game Challenge, I am Chris, the old ass retro gamer, signing off.